All right, it says we're live, so I'm just gonna monitor and see if it actually works.
Are we live right now?
We're live. Oh, there's two waiting. It says. Hope that wasn't me. There's always a fat delay. Oh yeah, we're live. We're live on the tube. Yeah, this looks good. I gotta hurry up and cancel. It's gonna feedback. All right. Chat test. Let's see what that looks like.
Wait, do you think I had to stream on my computer or something?
Do you need to stream on your computer?
No, mute the chat, whatever kicking back to me.
I don't know what's feedbacking to you. I feel like it's got to be something that's coming out of your speakers. Let's see. Chat. How do I? YouTube confuses the shit.
Something out. Do not turn off echo. Cancellation. That was brutal. Matt, are you muted?
Yeah, it was because of the feedback thing.
Oh.
Forgot to unmute it. I'm still trying to get people to join. I don't know why nobody's not joining. All right, we got at least one person in the stream. Got ceiling fan.
And all right, what's
Jasmine, you don't even want to know about Jasmine. We'll talk about Jasmine.
All I know is I on one shit from you got rug pulled, so you know how much.
I've gotten rug pulled so many times. It's like really bad that I keep falling for it. It's happened like at least 5 times to me. How do I see the number of people in here? Oh, 2. 2 people are in here.
So this brings the YouTube comments here.
Yeah, it's like supposed to be extension of YouTube. So 2 people are in here. All right, let's just get to it.
Isn't that just Bitcoin?
Oh, Jasmine is the Bitcoin. That's what I said. I think I said that in my burner. I was like, the Bitcoin of Japan isn't Bitcoin Japanese.
Over there.
All right, we can skip this shit because this is not enough hype in the chat for a video. They haven't earned it. So we'll just make some picks on We'll make some Masters picks. Ceiling fan, who do you got in the Masters?
I've got a Masters pick. If you want to hear it.
I would love to hear your Masters pick.
Bryson DeChambeau did not make the cut. Every year.
Does that happen every year?
No, last year he made it.
Interesting. Has he been not playing well?
No, he's been playing great. Like plus 250.
Plus
250.
Okay.
2 years he was talking shit about the course. And said it was easy. And then he didn't make the cut.
I kind of like that pick because last week he just posted a video of him swinging out of his shoes trying to hit like 500-yard bomb. So
he'll be in the woods.
If that's what he's practicing, then he's probably not going to make it. My dark horse pick, actually just my pick to win. I'm going Justin Thomas.
Ooh. What's the support behind that?
Well, I generally think Justin Thomas is terrible. I think he sucks. But he's been playing really well lately. And being hot matters a lot. And also, he's best friends with Tiger. He's played the course 1,000 times because of Tiger. Tiger's told him everything about the course that he could possibly tell him. That gives him a little bit of an advantage. But then I think that every year, though, I'm like, Justin Thomas is going to play well because he's got all the Tiger knowledge, but then he goes and he fucking sucks. So we'll see what he does, but that's gonna be my pick as of right now. I mean, the obvious pick would be Scheffler, but
what about his new caddy? Thomas got a new caddy.
Justin Thomas?
Yeah.
Really?
I think his caddy got on the IR.
You got put in the IR?
I don't know. I hope nothing bad. And I know he's out.
Hey, prayers out to Justin Thomas caddy.
Yeah.
Okay. Get some prayers in the chat for Justin Thomas caddy. Prayers.
Ceiling fans giving live NBA. Love that.
Luka's got 31.5. Unfortunately, no one gives a damn about the Lakers. They're the fakers.
Yep. So are the Lakers good? Or who's the playoffs?
See, I don't really know this stuff either, but we'll check it out real quick.
Let's squeak in some NBA.
We could fit in the schedule because we didn't play the video for the Masters. So, all right, they're the 3 seed. That's pretty good. 17 games back at the 3 seed.
Wow.
This is so ridiculous though, because they're not like that. Like the Thunder, they're not going to make it all the way. There's no chance.
I do know that they've got what's that one guy's name? Gilchrist.
Chet Holmgren.
I thought they had a
or shit. Did you say Michael Kidd Gilchrist?
Wait, is that on him? Who's
that dude got drafted by the Bobcats like 20 years ago, 15 years ago or something. I don't know.
Okay,
You're thinking of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yes. He's got some good
SGA.
Yes. Good.
He's free throws. That's his big thing.
Okay.
This is sad, ceiling fan. We're gonna be stuck here forever. We'll be eternal 9 seed. All right, that's enough NBA. I don't care enough. All right, we did a little Masters talk for like 3 minutes. That's about all I can do for golf, honestly. I say we hand this over to our expert, our UFC expert, Mr. Beesley, and see what what picks he has, and then maybe a little dialogue, see if I can make some good picks based on his information.
So this is thinking of the state of the UFC. I put this together.
All right, let me. Here, you take the screen from me.
Oh no. You might be having some difficulties.
There's always technical difficulties. Let me. Last time it just popped up asking for my permission, so maybe it'll do that again. I think you just hit the 3 buttons.
Yeah, it's only me allowed to do it.
Benil Dariush.
Dang it.
Let me just stop sharing and see if that makes it better.
Please update system permissions to allow. All right, so while I figured this out, I'll try and give you a rundown of why I put this together. One of my good friends, Taha,
I happen to know him, yeah. Oh,
UFC specialist.
He's the specialist?
He's also one.
Oh, okay.
And we are not happy with the state of the UFC right now. How boring it is.
I actually kind of agree with that. I haven't been.
How much it takes up of time for people who are boring. So, in order to get people excited, I try to compare it to the most exciting sport, the NFL. Okay. So, I cannot get my screen to work.
If you email it, I can pull it up and you can walk it through.
Let me email it to you. What's your email?
I'm gonna text it to you. Just so it's not in the internet world. Although anyone could probably get it anyways. All right, we got 2 people on. We're about to talk UFC. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
All right.
We're pulling up a PowerPoint right now. We're going to do some nice in-depth UFC talk. We've got an expert here. This guy is a resident expert. He has a lot of experience in the UFC realm. So.
It'll be so clear that I'm an expert in this presentation.
Yeah.
All right, just emailed you.
All right. Wait, is it Microsoft?
Yeah, you don't have Microsoft?
I don't have Office on this laptop.
You can just open it, can you?
Oh, can I do PDF? I can PDF it, right?
God damn it. Yeah, you probably can.
If you printed the PDF, I can definitely open it. This one might give me problems, but let's see. Yeah, it's giving me problems. Just send the PDF, yeah. Hold on, chat. Get a PDF.
All right, here we go. Yes.
Did I ever send that link in the Geese chat? I think I did. Yeah, I did. I'll say talking UFC now.
Here we go. Good comment.
All right. Perfect.
We got a female viewer.
Perfect. All right, I can zoom in on this. All right. Wait, let me share my screen. Shit. There it is.
We got a presentation. All right, is that full screen? Okay.
I think it's as good as it gets.
So as you can see in small font, UFC 314 in NFL terms.
I like this. I
Just
like
how
this.
to break it down to people who consume NFL. So here's the first fight, or the fight that is worthy even talking about. Bryce Mitchell. You don't know him. I've got a quote here from Dana White. I think Bryce Mitchell is literally one of the dumbest human beings on earth. We got that quote in there from Dana White.
That's a great quote.
He put this fight together in order for Bryce Mitchell to lose.
Huh.
On the other guy, Gene Sylvia. Honestly, I don't know much about him. As a UFC expert, this is bad.
No, he looks scary, but he's kind of balling, so that kind of loses some points for me.
He's Brazilian. His sole purpose in this fight is to beat the shit out of Bryce Mitchell.
So they're trying to prop this guy up?
If he doesn't do that, no, I think he wants Bryce to lose badly.
Oh,
or what?
Okay. So it's not about Gene. It's just about fuck Bryce. Get this guy out of here.
Bryce. Exactly.
Gotcha.
So, but I also think Bryce is a nice dog here. If I was sharing screen, I'll just pull up some pictures of Bryce Mitchell after he wins with the Bible. Hold it up.
Maybe. Something. So
Bible.
Oh, Bible? All right, hold on.
Bryce Mitchell Bible.
Okay.
Just a normal Google search.
Holds up the Bible and yells freedom.
Yep, that's Bryce Mitchell right there.
Hey, good for him.
So it looks like we got a commenter that wants the bald-headed guy to win. Look at that. The guy who's fighting with Holy Spirit in his heart.
Yep.
All right. So this in NFL terms. So this in NFL terms. If you scroll down one.
Okay.
This is my for Bryce Mitchell. So
Awesome.
I picked Bryce is kind of a psycho. He's psycho. So I needed two people to break him down.
Okay.
First, on the left, Chandler Jones, retired Chandler Jones. So if you know him, he's a psychopath.
Yes.
No, he's nuts.
Yeah. Mentally unstable
I don't know
for sure.
if he's in prison or I don't know what he's doing. Next, we've got. Sorry, I'm reading the comments. Next,
Oh no, the chat's live right now. Chat is live.
next we got Harrison Buckner. That's the mixture we got here at Bryce Mitchell. We got Psycho, Harrison Buckner, Christian.
Staunch Christian guy. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And then here we got Gene. So Gene, been on a run here, still young, still people don't really know him. So I got Trey McBride there. Do you want to see a fight like this? I would say this is an interesting fight just because of the dynamic of it. Other than that, I don't know. Mets, what do you think? As someone who doesn't know Gene, you might not know Bryce. Does that even intrigue you at all?
I mean, anytime you got a mixture of Chandler Jones and Harrison Butker going up against a guy I've never heard of before in the NFL, it's got to be at least watching.
So but is this going to get you to pay $75?
Absolutely not. No,
not. This is my example. All right, go to the next one.
No chance.
Next one.
Okay.
So here we got Yair Rodriguez, and this is such an interesting card where you got a blank face for his opponent, Patricio Pitbull. So I am a fan of Yair Rodriguez. He's very athletic. My note here is, allegedly on steroids, so he'd be a good pick here. being a UFC guy only, I've never seen Patricio Pitbull fight.
I mean, he doesn't have a picture, so
this is his first fight in the UFC. He's like a veteran that
he's an unlocked character.
Yeah, exactly. People don't really. Me, I only consume the UFC. I don't watch the other organizations because they're not very fun. They're crappy. So I've never seen this guy fight. Yeah, exactly. Do not bet the guy. I will put money on Yair, 100%.
There's no odds on this one though.
No, there are odds. I didn't pull up the odds, but I think Yair is probably a favorite here.
Number 5 against No Name. I mean, it's probably pretty lopsided odds. You might get a.
Well, Patricio isn't really a no name. He's well respected in the world of fighting, but I only watch UFC, so I'm not gonna put any.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
All right, let's see what these guys are in UFC terms or in NFL terms. So this is actually a good fight here. So we got Yair Rodriguez as Jameson Williams. Stud, fast, can do it all, but doesn't really show up in the playoffs. So in the big fights, Yair didn't do good. So that's Jameson Williams right there. Patricio Pitbull, again, I've never seen him fight, but I know he's an old dog right here. So I got to give him Stephon Diggs. Maybe he's got some shine. I don't know, but we're gonna find out.
Yeah,
it's gonna be exciting. That's an exciting fight, even though Stephon Diggs is old. Jameson Williams. Remember that touchdown celebration he had? That was crazy. No, the one where he was like on all fours, humping the ground. That was exciting. All right, let's get to the next fight.
Yeah. Ooh.
See?
Ooh.
No, it's not.
A good one.
Michael Chandler. Let me get into my.
He's gonna beat the shit out.
If I was sharing my screen, I'd pull up Michael Chandler's last fights. This guy is a bum. I like him. He is not a good fighter. He's so old. All he does. I mean, UFC this week posted on Twitter a highlight of him just slamming someone while Charles Oliveira was on his back. One of the way that you win when you lose. All he does is that he gets beat up, but does it in a fun way, and then just loses. So that's Michael Chandler. Not a fan of him. Paddy Pimblett here. So once we get to NFL terms, this will make sense for all you guys out there. He is.
Gotcha.
Had tons of hype leading up to this fight. Had a very boring fight maybe 2 years ago. Took some time off, and then now he's coming back. I guess this is probably his best competition. Last fight, he beat King Green, which was pretty easy. But again, I think Michael Chandler's trash. The only thing he has is just he's exciting, and he's pretty durable, I guess. But let's get into NFL terms.
He likes to talk a lot.
Yeah, they both like to talk a lot. So this is two teammates going at it here. So we've got current DeAndre Hopkins, washed up. People still like, oh, Chiefs got DeAndre Hopkins. He's good, right? I don't think he did much for the Chiefs, but people, he's got a name.
Yeah. So Chandler was a big name and successful when he was in. What was it? Later.
Maybe people consider him one of the best in the world. DeAndre Hopkins, same thing.
So I get this comparison because D Hopkins' prime was a dog. Michael Chandler back in the day.
So that would Michael Chandler would be when DeAndre Hopkins had to step down in his career, then came to the NFL, and was like, "Yeah, I'm the best around here," but he's not. Clearly not. I think he's 2-4 in the UFC, and the two people he beat were not very good. So coming up with Paddy Pimblett, Juju Smith-Schuster. Tons of hype, was really good when he was young, and then just kind of, I guess he's still young, but just like kind of boring. 100%
he fell off for sure.
Paddy Pimblett. And would you want these are two big names. Everyone knows these names in the NFL. But would you are they that exciting to watch right now? No.
No.
Exactly.
No.
This is a co-main event
Yeah.
for a UFC main card here.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, at initial value, I think this is going to be a great fight. But now that I'm thinking about it, this fight kind of
You
sucks.
never know if it's going to be a good fight. They could go crazy. They could be horrible. But if two horrible guys get together and they land 60% of their punches because they're both so bad at defending, then it's fun. But I don't know.
So this is interesting. They have Patty as the favorite.
I would say he should be. Michael Chandler is his last fight. He got dominated by Charles Oliveira, and I don't think he's shown any sign of being able to beat anyone.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go to the
good analysis there.
Okay, this is a good fight. This is worthy of a main event. One of my
this dude just looks so
you've never heard of Diego Lopez, I would imagine.
No, he looks like Glenn Powell mixed with Justin Bieber.
Doesn't speak any English. I saw him fight in person one time. He's awesome. My wife's favorite fighter, so that's another thing. So Diego Lopez, stud, goes out there. When he goes to fight, it's to hurt somebody, and he doesn't care about defense. It's all straight gas, no breaks. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see Juju Smith-Schuster like trying to get off the line, doing stuff like that. I want to see deep TikTok balls dances. Like Diego Lopez going for the end zone. So that's something there. Got some love for Diego in the chat. Let me see that. Alexander Volkanovski, people probably know him.
Shout out Diego.
Was considered probably one of the best fighters in the world maybe 2 years ago. And this is what's so interesting about the UFC. He's got knocked out, I think, 2 times in a row. And so since that, you could be the top of the top. You get knocked out 2 times in a row. Like, you probably are very, I don't want to get into that, but very, not a good spot, right? Mentally. And it's like millions of people watch it. So just to see how quick, like Patrick Mahomes could win a Super Bowl, be bad for the next 2 years, it'd be fine. But it's just crazy how far someone can fall off after losing. Actually, here, what's the odds here? So Volkanovski's a favorite here.
122, minus 122 for Volk, and then plus 102
so this
for
is a good fight
Diego.
Right
yeah, right. It looks like.
So let's put it into NFL terms. You're not familiar with Diego Lopez. Let's get you excited about this fight.
Nope. Yeah.
This is some big names right
Whoa.
Speaking of Patrick Mahomes.
Whoa.
Considered the GOAT, probably the best quarterback right now for maybe he was 2 years ago. I don't know if he is right now. Maybe Josh Allen, maybe someone else, but still a cream of the crop quarterback. And then facing Diego Lopez, who is Jaden Daniels. One of the new names in the NFL, exciting, wins, like throws deep balls, touchdowns, all sorts of stuff. Exciting fighter. This is, you see these two guys play in prime time. You're watching this, right?
Absolutely.
So this is something that's missing in the UFC. They have to have fights that are exciting. I would say that's the only one in this fight or in this card that kind of gets me excited to watch, right? Do you agree on that?
I mean, as a casual, when I see Chandler and Patty at first, I got excited about that.
I mean, that's what they need to do. I mean, if you're excited about it, you're excited about it. So maybe I'm wrong on that.
I guess. Yeah. The only critique I'd have here is I would probably say he's more of a Caleb Williams rather than a
Who's a Caleb Williams?
Diego.
Diego Williams isn't jumping around like a rabbit in the pocket, I'll tell you that. He's running the football down the throat and throwing deep balls.
All right, that's fair.
But all right, and this next slide is just a overlook of the UFC. As I mentioned, This is
Is that an official
chart
chart?
that I put together. I ran all the numbers, put it in. Conor McGregor, you see that spike right there? That was when Conor McGregor was going to come back. But then he had the whole lawsuit, so then it went back down. So that happened.
Dude, he looks
and
old,
so
man.
these are the UFC champions. Going down the list, I put some notes on there. Well, Merab, boring. Pretty boring.
I
can't. Ilya's good. Islam's good. Doesn't fight as much anymore. Bilal, who? I don't even know who that is, right? Drickus, fun. And then this is an old edit, so Alex Pereira lost. Thing is here, what's the future of this organization if no one wants to watch these guys? Any of these guys that you want to watch, Mets? Thank.
I like to watch, obviously,
Yep.
John Jones. Everyone likes to watch him. I like actually to watch Pereira. I know he just lost, but he just looks like a mean-ass dude every time he's in there. I like to watch him. Islam's like the most dominant one, but I don't love watching him because he's just he's a grappler guy. So
just like commenter, Mr. Williams, great comment there. The too many crotch sniffers, 100%.
Yeah, that's right.
Merab Dvalishvili, you could put him in with another fighter for an eternity, and no one would get hurt because all he would do is run around and try and grab you, and then fail at grabbing you, and they would just run around in circles all the time. Because that's all he does. Same with Bilal Muhammad. I don't think he's finished anyone in forever. Merab in the same way.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's the sport, right? You have to respect it.
Are we? I don't know.
It's game. It's gamemanship. It's not fun to watch, but it's gamemanship.
It's legal.
I don't like it.
That's why I got my chart going down.
Yeah, I guess.
People are getting better at it. People are getting better at
sense.
cardio killing people. All they do is try and spam you.
Yeah.
You know, someone who does it in a fun way, Drickus du Plessis. He's got insane cardio, but he likes to strike and will just come at you instead of just dive at your legs. We can get into women, but I didn't put any comments on that.
What's your thoughts on Beneil Dariush?
You got thoughts on Beneil Dariush? Is he fighting this weekend?
No, this guy is just a big fan of Beneil. On his thoughts on his title chance.
I don't think Beneil's got a title chance anytime soon. I think he should retire.
Whoa, that's a shot fired.
I like Beneil, good guy. He fought my boy Charles Oliveira. Just did not look good, and then it's been downhill from there. So I would recommend him retire and having a family. You can't do, as I mentioned, like with Volkanovski. He was the Patrick Mahomes of the UFC, skill wise, and then 2 years later, knocked out twice, cold, because you have to fight these guys that are like he has to go up against the best for the best every week, and once you slip a millisecond, you're getting knocked out.
But didn't he make it back? It says he's number one.
That's Volkan. Oh, you're talking about Volkanovski? Yeah.
Isn't that what you just said?
But still, I don't know how he's running.
Like he got kicked on his ass, but then he made it.
He went up
to
lightweight to fight Islam. Got head kick KO'd, knocked out, cold. Went back down to featherweight to fight Ilia Topuria. Knocked out cold. So there's two fights that took him down. The first one he was at lightweight, so it didn't affect his ranking. He was still the champion. And fought Ilia.
Okay.
And Ilia just walked through him like it was nothing.
One name that I haven't heard in a while. I loved him when he was at his peak. Adesanya. What is style?
This is another thing. This is just like Volkanovski. Pull up Adesanya if you can. This is what's sad about the UFC. See, that's a name you know.
Absolutely, that's a name.
once you slip just the smallest amount, go to his record here. His last few fights. Yeah, there we go. Was probably the biggest name in the UFC for like 3 years outside of John Jones because
Absolutely.
and he's had his huge, fights with Pereira, then comes back to fight, the cream of the crop in his division, and then gets beat 3 straight times because he's fighting the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
And once you slip the smallest amount, people are going to catch up and embarrass you in this sport. And scroll down, he just got knocked out from he's such a good technical fighter. He's winning these fights, and then he you get old, your reflexes go bad. You mess up for a half a second, you're knocked out cold.
And he's a stand-up fighter. I mean, he's a guy who throws punches to win fights.
Yeah,
he does leg kicks, punches. So I mean, that's an entertaining style of fighting.
So Izzy has a different kind of style of stand-up kickboxing where he's kind of leg kicking 1-2, but doesn't really put himself in danger that often. Outside of when he fought Pereira that second time, which is why it was one of the best fights I've ever seen, where he just gets in the pocket, knocks him out cold, which was awesome. But if you do that, like when you're at the best of this level, if you do that, all it takes is one shot you didn't see, and you're gone.
That style of fighting is not as sustainable as something like grappling.
That's true. So you're saying they're shifting their styles in order to be able to fight longer. That's true.
I think that would be a wise move. But I mean, it's not as entertaining. So maybe Dana starts to take away benefits based on fighting style.
I don't know if he should do that.
That would be a little extreme.
Yeah, that'd be a little.
Do you have a Brock Rudder comparison for UFC?
Brock Rudder? I'm blanking on the name. Hold on, let me look.
Let's see. Who's the shoey guy?
No, I'm not. Okay, look up Parker Porter.
Parker Porter. Okay.
This is who I see when I think of Brock Rudder.
I see the same thing you're seeing.
Yeah. Parker Porter, that's Brock Rudder right there.
Either this guy or the guy who drinks out of the shoes.
Him or Tai Tuivasa. They're very similar build.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They want to.
Chad was also asking about Dan Gilroy.
That's
comp
tough
for him.
That
is a tough one, actually.
Brock Rudder is a guy from here. Here comes the boom. Can we get that? Can we get that? Here comes the boom, green hair guy. Can you pull that up? Let's see if that pulls him up. Oh yeah, that's a good guy right there.
Sure, he's not Kevin James.
Oh yeah, maybe they were thinking Kevin James. I was thinking that guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's him right there.
Yeah, I would say that is a good Brock Rudder comparison.
That's a good comp right there. All right, well that is some really good insight from our UFC expert, Mr. Bees. Thank you.
I know I didn't know some of those fighters, but I did my best right there.
No, I mean the NFL comps make it a lot easier for the people who just watch NFL, which is most people, I think. So.
Yeah, just trying to help people out. Trying to help the common consumer of it.
Oh, we appreciate it. We appreciate that. All right. Chat was firing off some awesome comments. Sup, chat. We can go economy. You want to go economy, or you want to do more sports?
We can talk the tariffs, man. Let's get into it.
All right. I don't even know what I should pull up.
You can just look at the S&P. S&P.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe just pull up some tickers.
We got a W in the chat. All right. What's that name? Green? I don't know.
All right. S&P. We'll do a look at Jasmine as well. I know the chat wants to see Jasmine really badly.
Japanese.
All right. Let's do a 3 months chart. What the fuck? That's interesting. All right. Look at this down here. This is insane.
It's crazy.
This is fucking insane, dude. What? So, I guess backtrack. Let's just go timeline here. So like January, February, March, it was just all, we think we're going to get tariffs, probably going to get tariffs. We don't know really what that means. You can see people started to price it in though here. It's starting to get priced in.
Yep.
Tariffs are coming. And then eventually tariffs come, boom, straight down. Which is not good.
Yeah. I think it was, people were thinking, oh, he's bluffing, and then just kept increasing the tariffs there.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. He really was doubling it down. Like, gosh, I need to zoom in a little more. This is not a good chart. Why is it all staggered like that? Is that just?
It's when I think that's closing, right? When it's closed, I don't know.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I'm used to looking at crypto charts. I don't see all these closing
open all day.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, he was going back and forth, and then these people, they're retaliating. So I mean, like with China, it's going back and forth. And what was the weirdest thing that I saw was the U.S. Treasury yields. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, dude.
That made absolutely no sense to me. I'll pull this up. Treasury yields. I'll do the 10-year. So the bond market. From a technical standpoint, you'd think, okay, tariffs, the market's crashing, people are scared, there's a lot of fear. People want to invest something safe, so they invest in bonds. That's typically how it goes. They'll pull their money out of the market, they'll put it in bonds because the U.S. dollar is safe. And when that happens, the treasury yield is supposed to drop. It's supposed to go down. The rates are supposed to go down, which then affects the mortgage rates and so on. So, and that is what happened initially. And then we saw it start to take off in the other direction, did like a V where it just bounced and it went even higher than it was. And that didn't make sense to me. I was texting a bunch of different people trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. I was texting my dad. I was texting my friends who work in finance. I'm like, what the hell is happening right now? And allegedly, this is all over Twitter too, but dumping their U.S. bonds, I guess. So they're doing that as a hedge, I guess, for paying their tariffs. So by dumping that devalues our U.S. dollar, which then fires up our treasury yield. Isn't a great chart. I wonder if I can get on here. So that was the interesting part that I saw. It seems like the markets are mostly stable now. Even though Trump went back to China with 124%, I think.
Yeah, the reason it took off today was what they said, all right, 10% for everyone who didn't try to negotiate or didn't counter with, a tariff back to the U.S. And then everyone else, it stays, what it was, but then they increased with China. And then there was a few instances where, a fake tweet would cause like 5 million or 5 trillion increase in the market, which was crazy that can happen.
Yeah, I saw that. That was unbelievable.
Like, yeah, it's a 90-day pause, and then it was fake, but it spiked $5 trillion into the.
I know. It's crazy how that can happen, though. It's so wild. It's from that one Walter Bloomberg account, but it's not like it's just like a parody Walter Bloomberg account.
Oh, it's all these computers. That's why it spiked up so much. Is these computers are triggered so fast to buy when
I mean
signal. That's why it jumped up like 8% in 30 minutes, which is crazy.
It is crazy because all that is automated, like you're saying. So they probably have scripts or something that looks for keywords, and based on a keyword, it's gonna pump or it's gonna dump. It's crazy. This is what I was talking about. So, oh no, this is the S&P. Never mind.
We got a question about Chinese food costing $80 next week. So I don't think they're sourcing the chicken from China. But that's something we got to invest.
The Chinese food I eat is directly sourced from China, so I plan on paying an extra $80.
Also, I did hear a story from someone that yesterday Apple put as many iPhones they could on 737s to ship them to the U.S. before the tariffs hit, and they were saying like 2 quarters worth of iPhones that they had to get out of China in order to avoid it.
It's crazy. But yes, I saw that too. It really is insane. And people are also saying that the prices of iPhones are going to go to like 5,000 if they have to move manufacturing into the U.S., which I kind of get, but that still seems way too high.
Yeah, I think they're
a little lag.
Someone said that's what Clay Travis said. All right. Panda Expresses are closing. Oh. No, I don't think so. Panda Express, I just drove by one. Wanted to get it for dinner, but didn't get it. That was just fun tidbit.
Do you guys suggest liquidating your portfolio tomorrow?
This is not investment advice. Do not take any advice from us seriously. But what do you think on silver? Do you have any thoughts on silver?
Silver? I don't really know a lot about silver. I saw on Twitter some dude bought like a crazy supply of it, but I don't do a lot of the precious metal stuff. I'm not in on that. I know that's probably firing up right now. That's the other thing. I heard China's buying a ton of gold.
Yeah.
And I guess that's their stability or their hedge if they're selling U.S. bonds. But I don't know. I'm sure gold's a great bet whenever the stock market crashes. It's not a bad thing to buy, but I just don't really care to buy it. Not financial advice. I'm not an advisor.
Yeah. Eagle fan doesn't like that we don't have an opinion on silver.
Oh, Meteor says buy all the silver. Interesting. Huh.
Okay. I've never been a silver guy.
Eagle fan. I wouldn't mind some explaining in the chat on why you love silver.
Hell yeah, Meteor. Thoughts on the Masters, Peter? Peter, you missed the Masters. We already talked through it.
We could recap it real quick if there's enough interest. You can go over your pick real quick if you want.
Yeah, my pick was Bryson DeChambeau to miss the cut. That's about all I got for the Masters. He's going to hit it all in the woods. He's going to be struggling. He hit too many range balls. Yeah, he's going to be all over the place. That's my pick.
And I got Justin Thomas winning, which I don't love, but that was my first thought.
The reasoning there is because Matt said he sucks, but he's been playing good.
Yeah, he sucks, and I don't really like him that much, but he's kind of hot, and he's got the insider info from Tiger. Maybe I don't understand the demand of silver. You could be right.
I don't know. I don't
know much about silver, but let's do some research on silver. Silver, good investment. Or we could ask ChatGPT too and see what it has to say.
This is where real information right here. How do we get on this silver train? Look at the chart. I'm in on that chart.
Yeah, what a great chart this is. So are we just buying like stocks of silver and storing it in a warehouse, or are we buying like silver ETF funds?
This has got to be a question for Eagle fan or Meeker to answer.
It'll tell me if you're a real silver guy or not.
Yeah. We buying futures on silver or?
Silver isn't an investment; it's a hedge. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. So, like when the market crashes, you buy precious metals because people will have like a tangible value to precious metals. Paper money doesn't really have a tangible value.
Sales on Egyptian silver.
Oh, he must be talking about those commercials where it's like buy this American Eagle silver coin.
Yeah, what channels are you on? What channels you got those running on?
Wait, better yet, he's probably the one selling them on those channels. Yeah.
You probably need to go to a pawn shop. Yeah, be a good place to start for silver.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Or just watch whatever channels Eagle fan got on.
Yeah, I would just ask Eagle fan. He sounds like he's got the silver game on lock. So
futures on silver and Russell Henley.
Russell Henley, interesting. Let's check that one out. Oh, that's a guy. I thought that was like a fund or something.
Morgan.
Seventh in the PGA right now? Interesting. I wonder what this guy's odds are. Plus 45 to 1. Okay.
Value right there.
That's some serious value. Even top 5 plus 750. That's some great value. Let's see what else we got.
Yeah, what kind of questions you got, Chad? End this up. How long was stream going?
I typically do an hour, so like 8:30 would probably be the lock it up at 8:30.
Let's get some good questions here.
Are all Panda Expresses actually closing? Is that a real thing?
No, that can't be real.
Okay.
Isn't that an American company?
Yeah.
They need to raise their prices.
It's definitely an American company. Wait, we gotta talk crypto real quick for the crypto guys.
Oh yeah, feed the cryptos. Sickos.
For the crypto sickos, the people who get rug pulled like me. I was all in on a meme coin, House.
Oh yeah, I saw you put House.
Yeah, I was tweeting about House. I made a nice little profit on it, but actually I think I ended up losing. Yeah, I like the sentiment. People are protesting the housing market. I like that. But
so is that what happens with these
coins? Aren't really what I want to invest in right now.
It's people get together on one thing and they're like, all right, this is the coin that's going to fix the housing market. Is that the thought there?
Well, it's kind of how the momentum builds. Like It'll start in like a Discord or like on Twitter. People are just talking, or if there's like a trend, then someone will make a coin for it, and then people just go crazy.
Any tariff coins?
All right, I'm gonna talk. Huh? Tariff coins? I'm sure there are. Dude, we can go to Pump Fund. There's probably a million.
I feel like that's got to be built.
Pump Fund coins. There's a coin made like every half a second. Chicken jockey coin.
Wait, did you see that movie?
No. See all the videos of it.
I need to see that.
Guarantee there's like 1,000 tariff coins. Just a chill guy be. JD jockey. Penguin tariff coin. This one's at $250,000. Like that's insane.
That's a coin I can get behind.
Yeah, I like that one. But that's the thing. Like if it's funny and people are like, "Ha, that's funny," then they'll put money in it. Tariff man.
Yeah, I got to be more unique than Tariff Man.
Tariff coin.
Penguin.
Orange tariff. Yeah, but that's just what meme coins are. I mean, as soon as there's like a trend, 1,000 different coins are going to be made at the time the trend starts. Happens every time. All right, we're talking Jasmine. This is for Ceiling Fan. Ceiling Fan wanted to see Jasmine.
What's
I
this
don't really
trading
like
at?
this coin
And
that much. What's that?
What's this trading at in USD on here?
Right here, a
Oh,
penny.
sorry. A penny?
Yeah.
Got it.
The market cap is $500 million though. It's definitely a well-known coin. People call it the Bitcoin of Japan, but again, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me because Bitcoin is Japanese, I think. So I would think the Bitcoin of Japan would be Bitcoin. This one's just like in a straight down slope. Although this is encouraging here. That's the biggest jump you've seen in a really long time, probably since here or here. But yeah, this coin has a lot of potential, I guess. But I mean, it's an inflating coin, so there's no max supply. I think it just increases. So I mean, to me, it's worthless just because of that. I think it has some actual intrinsic value, though. I think there's like some IoT devices you can use with this coin. That's the thing with crypto. Nothing really has any fucking value. They all try and twist it in a way where like, yeah, you can use this in your real life, but nobody uses
Yeah, so
this.
have you ever used a coin in your real life? Ever?
You could use it to pay for like a service. So there's this one coin called Helium that I know about, and it's like a phone service, and it basically uses the cellular network from Verizon or one of those big ones, and it rents that broadband from them. And if you buy the coin, then you can use the coins to pay for that phone service. And if the coin goes up in value, then you have more money you can spend on the phone service. It's kind of like that. I don't know.
Got it. I've never used a coin ever. And you got to pay fees. The fees on that are infuriating.
Yeah, I've never used a coin for any real useful value.
We're asking for a technical analysis on Link. Is that a
Yeah, we can do Link.
so?
All right, we'll do Link real quick, and then we'll do Jaqua. I don't know what that is.
Bye. Is that a coin?
Isn't there a Bitcoin restaurant or something? I have no idea.
It's got to be in Miami or something. Got to be.
Probably. All right, Chainlink. I know someone who bought Chainlink right at the very top. They top blasted the fuck out of it.
Top
couple years
blasted
ago.
the turn. I top blasted.
Top blasted the shit out of it.
Let's see what we got. Let's do some good candlesticks here.
All right.
There's some support there at whatever. Oh my gosh. How far out are
So
we?
yeah, so this is if you zoom out, I think this is when it's. I don't know if this is when it started. I think it's actually older than this. Yeah, it's definitely older than this. But this was the peak back in 22 or 21, whenever it was. I think it was 21. So it got up to like 45-ish. Oh, this is still Jasmine. Hold on. How did this happen? The chain link one looks similar.
There we go.
Yeah, so it got up to like, I guess it got up to 52. So that was its peak, and it hasn't gotten anywhere near that since then. And yeah, I get what you're saying. It does have a lot of support here around 0.
The support is strong at 0. So set your stop loss at 0.
Yeah,
Literally.
I think that's good advice. Yeah, there's no way it goes under 0, so I think you're safe.
Yeah. As long as your break even's 0, it'll be all right.
All right. JQuA is an ETF. Let's take a peek at JQuA. JQUA. U.S. Quality Factor. JP Morgan. Okay.
So go look at Nokia Nikola Motors. I think they filed for bankruptcy.
Tesla.
No,
Or is that a different one?
Nokia Motors. Yeah,
We'll take a look at that one. This one looks like the S&P pretty much. Fat ass dip, and then it came back today.
What's this cover? Was this an ETF of? Quality Factor ETF.
U.S. Quality Factor.
Just quality of goods in the U.S. Maybe. I can see what I want to invest in. Paris.
By the way, Link cures cancer. Is that a matter of fact? Securities deemed to exhibit strong fundamental characteristics.
Quality Factor.
So
ETF.
Strong operation earnings. So it's just like quality companies. That is what I'm guessing. Distribute fundamental characters. Yeah.
All right. We'll look into that.
JQuA, keep that on my list.
Thanks for the recommendation, chat.
Nikola Motors.
Yeah, this is
this one.
Yep.
Oh my.
Yep. So this was a.
So is this
electric like trucks that never made a truck, I don't think, but their stock skyrocketed because their CEO was going on and be like, yeah, we're going to change the game. We're going to change the game. Everyone's going to have this truck, and it's shot up like crazy. And then they filed for bankruptcy.
So this was a case of a whole bunch of VC funding and a bunch of marketing, and then no product actually being made.
Yeah, this was a. You see that spike though? That was a good spike. People got in, got
crazy.
out.
That's a crazy spike. This is like a crypto pump and dump.
This was it. This was a. I can't remember the name. There's like blank check company where someone goes public with no company, right? So if you raise all this money, you go public, but you got no company, and then you choose who you take on. So these investors, all right, we're going to take Nikola. And then it was automatically a public company because of that, and then shot up from $10 to. So that's why you see how it was holding at $10 forever.
Yeah.
That was like the investor phase where they're like, all right, we went public, but they're never like they had no company at the time, and then they announced, all right, Nikola is going to be our company. The CEO goes on to say, yeah, we're making this much money, we're going to have all this stuff, and it never did well. And then we got a comment. Their CEO got arrested for lying about his truck, but Trump pardoned him a couple weeks ago. Didn't know that.
Wow. I didn't know that. Wow.
A crazy pardon.
Wow.
Trump owns
Electric
Link.
vehicle company. And it's basically a ripoff of Tesla. I mean, he copied the name, and he's making electric vehicles.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think he was the founder. He was like they brought him in as the face. He was a huge sales guy. Like you could tell he was bullshitting.
Spike was a ride of a lifetime.
It was. It went from $10 to $70 in I think a week,
Holy shit.
and then straight back down.
I saw some crazy tweets. People that were putting in options earlier today or yesterday before
Easy.
Donald pumped the market.
What he said?
And it was like
buy the market.
It was like 10K, and they made like 17 million, something stupid.
10K on options is also crazy though.
That is crazy. That's like because options are like 100-time leverage, aren't they?
And those are probably day of options that they bought. Probably. So they expired today. So it was 10K.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah.
Give me Nikola over Jasmine. Yeah, maybe. Jasmine still has a chance, I think. I think Nikola is dead.
Nikola's dead.
Nikola's dead through and through. Jasmine might have a shot here to recover. Ceiling Fan is big on Jasmine. He's got a lot in Jasmine, so we're pulling for Ceiling Fan.
Good luck, Ceiling Fan.
Good luck, Ceiling Fan. Godspeed. All right, I'll leave you guys with one last bit of alpha, and then we can call it. This coin right here. This is the one. This is the one right here. Litecoin. Although it's kind of dumping right now. But this is my alpha. This coin, I think, was it like the second oldest after Bitcoin? It was made right after Bitcoin. It's a fork of Bitcoin. That means that it's the same exact programming as Bitcoin. It's just was improved. I don't know what improvements exactly they made, but it's faster, it's more reliable. It's never been down. The chain's never been down in 10 years, whatever it's been. It's the most used crypto for transactions in the world. So we're talking about real world use. I still think that's pretty bullshit, but people actually use this one to pay for stuff, which is interesting. The fees on it are low. It's got the same deflationary aspect as Bitcoin. So the all-time chart paints a pretty good picture. Do month. So this is the all-time. You can kind of see this. I'll just even start here. You can see this trajectory here. First cycle pump, second cycle pump. We have not gotten the pump in the third cycle. I think this one's loading up for its third pump here. And some people think it's gonna go nuclear and go to people are putting this on log scale, which I think is ridiculous. I don't know how to change it. Logarithmic. So people are putting this on log, which means they think it's going to go basically to like like 3,000 or something, which is ridiculous. I think realistically it goes to like 550. So take that for what you want. That's my alpha.
It's good support.
That's my number one play right now. That's what I'm rolling with. Yeah, I agree. Litecoin does have really good support at 0, but hopefully we can keep it above there, at least for now, while I'm in there.
Mets, I just sent you a text with a link to a video if we want to watch that to close this out. You got to go to 318 and then play it for 15 seconds.
All right. Sorry, let me.
This will get the people going to have a Thursday tomorrow and a Friday.
Hell yeah. All right. I'm emailing this link to myself. This is probably the most popping stream I've had. We got up to 9 viewers. The Beesley crew was rolling strong. The fan base was rolling strong.
I don't know how they got in here, but they're in.
What does it say? That thing needs Viagra. That shit is not pumping. Disagree. You're a link guy, so don't talk to me. You're a chain link guy. Talking to the chat. Sorry, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the chat. All right. This is live in concert. Oh shit!
You don't spoil it for the people, man. I watched this entire concert last night. So good. I wish I was there.
You didn't.
No, I said I wish I was there. I wish I was there.
Oh, I thought you said you watched like the entire thing.
No, I watched this video, the entire video, and could not stop laughing during this part. So. Take me back to this. I wish I could watch this video for the first time or hear this song for the first time. All right, we got one last question while we're waiting.
All right, I've got it ready, but I'll answer the question first. Shit. Oh, I'm lagging. All right, one more question. Fire it.
This must be a long question. Is Roy Masters free money? I only had one Masters pick. It was Bryson to be in the woods. Rory Masters free money? I would say no. I would say to win it.
But he has to feed his family, though.
Yeah, if you're trying to feed your family with Rory, they're going to be starving. I don't think he's going to do it.
Rory's not putting food on the table.
In honor of this video, never mind. I would take Brooks Koepka. That's my guy. Or Minwoo Lee.
He's been kind of hot.
All right.
All right, let's run it.
End it on this. This is the vibes we're taking into Thursday. Oh no, we can't hear Mets. No. Can't hear.
Damn. Hell yeah.
Look at that.
There it is right there. What a stream. What a way to end it right there. Thank you to our guest, Mr. Bees, the UFC expert, for coming on. We hope to have you on again soon.
It's an honor.
What a fantastic stream that was. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Or if you don't want to, then don't do that. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.